I submit that tallying and verification having not taken place as provided by the Constitution, then there was no result for the chairman to declare. There is an attempted justification by the chairman for his decision to tally and verify the result on his own. That justification exists in an affidavit sworn by the chairman. This time it is drawn by the firm of Iseme Kamau and Maema Advocates. It is at page 14, at paragraph 62. The chairman attempts to justify his decision to tally and verify alone from this court's decision in Raila 2017. With tremendous respect to the chairman, the issue of his ability to tally and verify on his own was not an issue in Raila 2017. And with the clear provisions of the Constitution, in Article 138(3)(c), there can be no judicial foundation for the chairman's tallying and verification on his own. At the beginning of my submissions, I had submitted that I wish to demonstrate to this court that the chairman executed a very well calculated scheme to grab the election and to run the election on his own. And this is how, in my estimation, he did it. Elections are normally commenced by a notice of elections that is issued under Section 14 of the Elections Act. Regulation 12 of the Elections General Regulations then provide that certain specific notices will be issued for the presidential election. Regulation 12.2 provides as follows: immediately after the publication of a notice under Section 14, and the notice under Section 14 of the Act is published by the Commission, the returning officer of every constituency shall notify the holding of a presidential election in Form 8. Now that's important, because I had also said that earlier on that there is no such role as a presidential returning officer or national returning officer. And I say so because of the provisions of Article 138(2) of the Constitution. Article 138(2) of the Constitution says, if two or more candidates for president are nominated, an election shall be held in each constituency. An election shall be held in each constituency. A returning officer is defined in Section 2 of the Elections Act as a person who conducts an election. The chairman is merely enabled to declare. The conduct of the election by dint of Article 138(2) is by 290 returning officers. The notice that they were required to publish under Regulation 12(2) was never published. The 290 notices from the 290 returning officers was never published. There is no position like the national returning officer. So the first infraction is that there are no notices. The chairman constitutes himself as the national returning officer, and the notices are not published. The chairman gazetted himself. I believe the Gazette notice is the Gazette notice, I think it is the 22nd or 28th of May. He gazetted himself as the national returning officer. As a matter of good electoral practice, returning officers are gazetted with deputies. The chairman gazetted himself with no deputy. It was his election to run as he saw fit. There is the issue of the deployment or the unilateral transfer of returning officers. My learned colleagues who appear for the commissioners have dealt with that extensively in their affidavits, and I'm sure they will submit on it when they have their time on their feet. Again, the deployment of commissioners at Bomas was not accidental, it was deliberate, it is documented, and the details are